everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and let's start with the energies of the week. So last video, which was the first one in this channel, it was a big video because I try to sum up everything that was going on that brought us to the point that we are today. And this week we are being pulled into the eclipse season that is gonna, well, we're pretty much already in eclipse season, because that's the thing. The eclipse is gonna be on the 17th of September in Pisces, but we are already being ushered to the eclipse portal, because every eclipse is a portal, by the way. I see eclipses as portals, portals to new energies, to new opportunities. I already said that in my other channel, in my Portuguese channel, my Brazilian channel, that the lunar eclipses for me, they're all about releasing things and ending chapters, and like I said, eclipses are like portals. And when you go through a portal, you'll put one foot, it's like a threshold. You have one foot at one side and one foot on the other side. The foot that stays behind is like when you're about to shut the door, so it's in the shadow part of the door, and the foot that goes ahead is the foot that is taking new conscience. Is on the light side of the door, is going towards the new direction. So that's how I see lunar and solar eclipses. Lunar eclipses are the closing of the door, the shadow, the foot left behind that is preparing to lift, to pass the threshold. So it cannot have any dirt left on its soles. So it has to be clean, and that's what the eclipse is there for, to sanitize your foot. Let's put it this way, to make sure that nothing obscure is left hanging on the sole of your foot before it passes the threshold. And that is why I like to use the image of someone passing a threshold, because it takes time. It is an action that takes time. It depends on the speed of your step, and everyone has its own step, its own speed, the distance of the legs. It is a process. It's not something that like, oh, open and shut the door. No, it is a process of one step going in front of the other. Every person's walk, not just the way you walk, but literally every person's walk of life, it's different from the other ones. Every person's journey, every person's path, every person's rhythm. The way you walk, the way you swing from one side to another. Again, the rhythm of your walk expresses who you are, literally and metaphorically. And the foot that goes ahead is the one that's stepping to the light. That's why solar eclipses are about allowing the new light in, the new conscience in, and new downloads, new energy. So we are being ushered to the lunar eclipse because the Pisces eclipse on the 17th of September is gonna be a lunar eclipse. So it's all about closing a chapter of our old spiritual life, so it can go to a new life. But this is not about the eclipse per se, it's about how we're getting there. By the way, I apologize if it is a little bit for me to speak, and if you guys can't understand a lot. I'm articulating my mouth very, very little, because I don't know if you can see, it's completely cut over here. It was over here as well as like the Joker. Like I said in my previous video, I live in a city. The winters here, where I live in Brazil, so it's southern hemisphere, so it's very it's winter now in August, and it's like the August is when we are at the driest time of the year here, and it's really dry. The other day we had 7% of humidity. It's literally a desert here when it's winter in my city, and it was really, really dry. In my mouth, it just started to crack a lot, and it cracked on its sides, and this one just got really, really hurt, and now it's starting to cure a little bit, but it got very bruised, and like never before, and it's still healing, so it's hard for me to open it a lot still. So anyway, that's why I apologize if you can't understand a lot, because I'm not articulating my mouth very well. I'm speaking like through my teeth a little bit. Like I was saying, that's why I drink so much while I talk. Tea and water. I don't drink teeth. Yeah, this week we are being ushered. Our energy is being ushered to the eclipse. We're already feeling this energy. Again, like I said last week, it's very important for us, not only through this week, but throughout this whole Pluto retrograde season, which will last until not only October, because like I said, Pluto will leave retrogression. We go into direct movement on October something. October, I think it will be the 10th. Yeah, October 10th. Or 11th. Let me see here. October 11th, that's when Pluto is going, it's gonna go direct again, but it's gonna still be in Capricorn. While Pluto is in Capricorn, it's very important for us to take care of our bodies. So we're gonna feel tired. We're gonna still feel tired. A lot of is being dealt with our bodies and our boundaries, like I said in the last video. So until November 19th, I think it is the 19th, yeah, 19th, 20th, which is when Pluto finally gets into Aquarius indefinitely for the next 20 years. So it is important for us to slow down and take care of our bodies, because we're gonna feel tired. There's a lot of energy being moved in our physical bodies, relating to our cycles, how we deal with our notion of, just like the oceans, high tides and low tides. We are learning, even this eclipse is about that. Not just this eclipse, but this whole awakening of humanity. Like I said in the previous video, it also has a lot to do with Uranus in Taurus. As look, my cat, she wants to come in. Bem, Zuzu. She doesn't know if she wants to stay in or out. Zuzu, você vai entrar? Hmm? My animals, it's amazing. They really feel like they know when I'm about to start recording. They never collaborate with me. It's like they're like calling for attention, asking for attention. Even my dog, when she was alive, she was just like that. I started recording and she would sleep the whole time. And I just pressed record. She would start doing everything she could to ask for attention. The cats are just the same. I don't know what I did with these creatures for them to be like that. Anyway, so like I was saying, even Uranus in Taurus, it's working with this idea of we knowing how to, we breaking we're being conscious of how we embody energy and how we deal with energies, and we're learning how to value ourselves in a physical level as well. Ourselves and nature, and to value the material life, the 3D aspect of life, and not in the way that humans used to do, like to value riches and to value money. No, it's to value what really matters, to review its values, to put attention into what has real value, and what has real sustenance, what will really make you grow as a human being and as a spirit. Do you really want to go out again?
É? Você quer sair?
Let me open up for her again. Oh my god. Bora vai. Yes. She keeps her butt halfway through, so she's like, I don't know if I want to go or it. The thing is, it's very loud outside, because I live close to the avenue, and there's actually a bus stop right in front of my house. Today is not very busy because it's weekend, but it kind of, not just weekend, but it's a national holiday. It's our Independence Day here in Brazil, so it's fairly quiet. And I live in the capital of Brazil. I live in Brasilia, but supposedly today it was supposed to be a loud day but it's not, because people here politically are not happy with the way things are going. So anyway, not gonna go into politics, but luckily people are discontent with the government, so it's quiet, but usually it's not that quiet. Anyway, like I was saying, so it is a moment for us to understand the cyclical aspect of life, including that reflected in our bodies. So all throughout November, from now throughout November, it is important for us to respect what our body is asking of us, okay? Like I said in the previous video, if you need to rest, if you need to be with yourself, not just throughout November, but as I've been saying, it is a very introspective moment. This week's energy, it's all about, one word came to me, and this word was integration. And there are a lot of things to speak on this video, Jesus. Okay. I had the energy that came for me was the energy of the dragons. We're actually gonna take a lot of tarot and oracle from dragons as well. But it's funny because it's not really dragons. Dragons as elemental creatures, because usually I get dragons, when I get dragon energy, I get dragons as the elemental creatures, dragons, their elemental force related to earth, which wasn't the case. I literally got the energy of Draco, the star system, Draco. It's hard for me to say Draco because I usually say Draco in more of a romantic language type of pronunciation. I usually say Draco. So I apologize if sometimes I say Draco, okay? Because usually that's how I hear as well. They don't talk to me Draco, they say Draco. But it's funny because even in romantic languages like in Portuguese, and we don't say like this. We don't say like, we say it's softer. It's like Draco, but I hear it like Draco. I hear it very, very stern because the energy of that star system is it's a very stern energy, and that's the thing. It's not a very, people don't have a very good Draco doesn't have a very good reputation. People, they're misunderstood. It's a complex thing. Oh my god. All of this for the second video on the channel, really? God, you really not light with me, guys. Really. Here's the thing. You guys probably heard of like this whole reptilian thing. Reptilians and star systems, and people saying, oh, reptilians are evil, like the reptilians on Earth, and blah blah blah. First of all, when people talk about reptilians, they're not talking specifically about reptilians. There are many types of reptilians, and first of all, not all reptilians are bad. It's just like saying that everyone from Earth is bad. It's not. There are good people on Earth. What happens when it comes to the star people is that reptilians are a type of star community that they're very organized. They're almost like almost like a military structure kind of people. They're very about order and about power. They're very strong and very disciplined. Again, all about order and structure, and which can be a good thing. We need that in life, but everything has light and shadow. But the shadow is ambition and order at any cost, and tyranny, and all of these things. But a specific type of reptilian, which were the draconians, the ones from Draco, they were very corrupted. That is the thing. And again, not all draconians are bad, but they became very corrupted, and they started invading other star systems and subjugating other galactic people, especially the Lyrans. I'm not gonna go into star people story in the first video of the channel, Jesus Christ. By the way, I got all these informations through downloads and astral traveling and anyway, getting in touch with all types of, again, downloads with this, talking about with this stellar entities. Anyway, I just started throughout the years like showing all the concepts together. I'm not gonna go into details, otherwise this video is gonna be a long one. But the Draconians, they, like a lot of many star people, they came to Earth as well. Earth is this big lab for a lot of star people, and not just this big lab, it's this big library. A lot of star knowledge is archived here in our DNA, in our nature. And when I say our DNA, it's not us, just like in humans. It's in everything. It's in nature, plants, animals, everything. Like I said in my previous video, there are lots of people interested in making this work. Earth is this big interstellar quadrant of a mesh of cultures, intergalactical cultures. We are the planet of, you know, when we say globalization, we are staralization. I don't know if there's even a concept, but yeah, we're this big hub of cultures for a lot of star systems. And some of them are looking for cooperation, but others are looking for power, for subjugation. One of them are the Draconians. A lot of them have installed themselves on Earth in specific places of power. That's why people say, oh, reptilians are on power and for millennia, and it's because of that. They have this thing that they want to control Earth for our resources, for a lot of things. But again, not all Draconians are bad, and not every Draconian energy is bad. Everything in the universe is about the balance of light and shadow. And like I said, it was a very weird energy that came to me. It wasn't... usually when I get the energy of the dragon, it's the energy of the elemental creature dragon. That has to do with our spirit, our power, but this time it came from Draconians, from Draco, the star system Draco. And it was funny because it is ushering us to this eclipse season to close a chapter of our spiritual lives, and our spiritual lives not only as individuals but as Earth in a collective. We're starting to wake up. And like I said, it is important for us to make this distinction of good and bad Draconian energy, because I think we're supposed to pay attention on both sides of this Draconian energy. First of all, is for us to wake up from all these structures, power structures. Like I said, this very Draconian thing, reptilian thing in general, that wants to keep us in place, that wants to control us, and not just externally but internally, like our limiting beliefs, our habits, our fears, everything that don't work for us anymore needs to go, in order for us to have a spiritual growth. But like I said, they teach us, that's why they're called Draconians, and the dragons, our animals dragons, the entity dragon, it is related to them, to their energy. They are the ones who brought that energy to planet Earth. That's why dragons, they have this thing about them, about power and potency and discipline. But what is the shadow of the dragon? It's greed and aggressiveness. So it is very similar to the draconian people. Everything is interconnected, guys. So it is for us to focus on the light aspects of Draco energy, for what they have to teach us, for what they brought to us, which is use this power, this greed, which isn't greed. Greed is a bad thing. This ambition. Use this power, this ambition, this discipline, this will to build something and to be strong, this inner strength. Use all that. Use your dragon force inside of you to make you grow spiritually and to make you strong, to do what you want to do from now on, to build your spiritual growth, and not to bind you to old structures. On the contrary, to free you from these old structures. It's like to crack your egg and be born a new dragon. That's the thing. To roar and let your inner fire come out. To alchemize everything that was inside of you and doesn't work anymore. That is what they're asking of us. And let go of greed, and let go of the notion of power for others. The only power you're supposed to have is of yourself. Own your own power, but never subjugate others. But be your own guardian. That's everything that comes to me from there. Be your own guardian, be your own army, fight for yourself, fight for your causes, be resilient, be disciplined, be determined. Don't deviate from your values, which is another thing that they are. They're very, again, that's why it's structure and order. They have values and they want to implement them no matter what. So be sure you're implementing your values and not deviating from them. This is what they're asking of us from now on. And this week's energy is all about that, because times are getting heavier. And that's why the Draco people came to me, because again, it's almost like this fight of light and shadow, not externally but internally as well, because we have that energy in us. We have the energy of all the people of the stars in us. It is as if this light of Draco and the shadow of Draco are fighting inside of us as well. It's like the shadow wants to keep us attached like a ball and chain, attached to our heels on one side in this past, that in the spiritual past that cannot exist anymore, and the other, and in the light side of Draco is like, no, just take your inner fire, just melt that ball and chain that has been chained to your heels and just free yourself. It's time for you to use that power that you have inside of you. Do not let the dark forces win. Even though, because there's enough of these dark forces on the outside, don't let them be inside of you as well. Make sure that the force that you're using, that we brought to you as a gift, oh my god, I'm getting emotional, that we brought to you as a gift, is choose the light one. Choose the light one. Even though we have a bad reputation, because a majority of us decided to go to shadow, there's still a minority that kept the light the light on, make sure you are a part of the minority that is trying to keep the light on. Because when we sum up the minorities and we spread that through our inner breath and our inner fire, that becomes a huge light that ignites the world. And then we call out for everyone and we become a majority. That is what we're supposed to do. So call in your inner dragon. That's what these people from the stars want us to understand, is how misunderstood we have been to ourselves and as mankind. And it has everything to do with integration, because dragons are the messengers, they are the connectors of. And now I'm talking about dragons as the elemental creatures, dragons. They represent the integrations of the material world and the heaven and the spiritual world. Because they crawl very close to the earth, and they can swim. They're part of all the four elements. They can swim. They live very deeply inside the earth. They breathe fire. They can fly, so they are connected to the air. But again, they can fly very high, and they are creatures from the stars, so they are close to heaven as well. That's why the dragons are all, and they're very lean and very long and warm-like. Oh my god, so many concepts, Jesus Christ. Okay. That on itself makes them almost this continuation of, almost like this cord between earth and heaven. But not just that, the fact that they are worms, snakes with wings. If you go to old mythology and all of these things, you have a lot of, like in hieroglyphies and old pyramids, like in Maya pyramids and Peru and even in Asia, everywhere around the world, you always have the symbols that symbolize like snakes somewhere. And snakes have been very badly seen throughout human history. And people often associate it with, oh, the fear for snakes, for human beings, because snakes are poisonous and they can kill you and blah blah blah. And then others, more esoterical ones, they're like, oh no, it's because of the reptilians, and people often say reptilians are bad, and so they associate it with the idea of snakes because they brought the snakes and the snake DNA to Earth and all of these things. It's not that. It can be later on, but there is a deeper meaning. Snakes are waves, if you think about it. They are waves. And our universe is wave. There's not particles. Even particles are made of waves. So it's deeper than that. Snakes represent frequency. It is how it has to do with our origins as literally our origin as something in the universe, us connected to the principle, the beginning. It reminds us that everything is frequency, how we connect to frequency. So snakes are very connected to the underworld and the subconscious, and the undermined, everything that you don't know, because it is related to the unknown, to the world as we previously know as the unmaterialized world, before we take conscience of everything, when we are waves. So the fact that dragons are snakes, are waves with wings, is reminding us that we are divine frequencies. So if we are connected to Earth, the dragons with wings, we are, even though we're connected to something material, we can never forget that we are divine frequency. That's why I had to remind that they're long and sinuous, just like waves. So dragons are very metaphorical creatures because of all of this. I hope this made sense and it's not very abstract. I'm just trying to tie up a lot of concepts that I've been getting throughout the years, throughout my whole life, throughout my 37-year-old life, in just a small amount of time. And everything that I relate to with dragons in just a tiny fraction of time in YouTube anyway. But yeah, so it's very important. That is why, for me, it's all about integration. They are trying to tell us that we're going through a very special period in our lifetime. It's like the fork in the road that we're going through. That's why people are feeling very tired. Not just because of August. August was like this whole roller coaster of throwing a bunch of things in our lives so we could get rid of everything that wasn't working anymore. So finally, in September, we start integrating, literally. I already said that in the previous video, because next year we're going to go through the axis of Pisces and Virgo that are going to start aligning our spiritual life with our material life. But this is going to already have a spark right now with this Pisces, this very special Pisces eclipse. It's going to start closing the chapter of our old spiritual life, so the new one can start morphing and getting into shape for the next cycle. That's why it's starting now and not next year, so we can have time to shape that. That's why this eclipse is out of the axis. We're having like Libra and Aries, and out of nowhere it's like Pisces. What the hell, Pisces? It's because we need this weird Pisces in the middle to close a chapter, and then now we're going back to Libra. Let's go back to normal, because there are some things we're gonna have to wrap up and be conscious about it, and then we're gonna go back to Pisces Virgo, because we already closed the door. It's like we're already taking time for the back step to company. We already had time for it to go full circle. I don't know if I'm making any sense anymore, guys. It's just too abstract. We need this time for integration, for our spiritual life to align with our material life. And why am I being so adamant about integration? Because integration, when we're going through an awakening, we go through a lot of phases, and it's not like a linear process. It's not. It's ups and downs all the time, and alchemization. And alchemy, I don't know if you read about alchemy, or I don't know if you ever thought about alchemy. It's a very precise science. And alchemy, the old alchemists, when they described recipes, they were like, oh, put some salt in and mix with sulfur and a few drops of mercury, and they were literally describing It was all about the process of alchemization of the soul, of spiritual growth, but they were hiding it in science so they wouldn't be persecuted by church. Everyone knows that. But one thing that you have to remember, alchemy is a tedious process. That's why I said it's full of ups and downs, and it's a very precise process. So a lot of times we go back and forth in the same issue, because we have to get it right. We have to use the precise amount of salt, the precise amount of sulfur, the precise amount of this, the precise amount of drops of water. We have to be precise about things until we get the recipe right. That's why we go back and forth in the same issue and in the same things, and in layers and layers and layers. Again, sometimes we think we figured one thing out, and then we're like, why is that? Why is that coming back? Didn't I work through that? It's like, yeah, but now it's a little deeper. Now it's in a different angle. Now it's through a different prism of vision. Because that's how alchemy works. It's just like a Harry Potter movie. When they're going to the potions alchemy class, it's a very tedious class, and if you don't put like the right amount of things, like they explode. And not just that, there is this I haven't read all the books. I only read half of the first book when I was very young, and then I gave up. I actually bought all the books for me to read later on when I was older, but I never had the time. I always have something better to read, and when I say better, it's like more adult content to read, something more important to read. I want to read the books, because I brought like the deluxe edition to force me to read them, the Hufflepuff, because I'm a Hufflepuff. Obviously, I couldn't be any other house. But oh my god, so dry. Sorry. But in the movie, because I watched the movies, there's a scene, I don't know which movie it is. I think it is the 5th movie. Now they have this potions class with, I think it is Half-Blood Prince. It is the 5th movie. Or is it the 6th movie? No, I think it is the 5th movie. That is the Half-Blood Prince. Where Harry goes to this potion class with Professor Snape. And they have to... Is it Professor... No. It's... I forgot the name of the professor. It's another professor. And they have to make this luck potion or something like that. Is it a luck potion or a love potion? I think it is a luck potion. I don't know. And yeah, I think it is a luck potion. And he forgets his alchemy book. And the teacher tells him, "Oh, just go to the lost and found and get a used one, get a used book, because you're gonna need it for the class." And then he goes there and he finds a book, from a guy called the Half-Blood Prince, which later on you find out is Professor Snape, who was very good at potions. And that's why Harry gets the potion right and everyone gets it wrong, because everyone follows the instructions precisely, but he follows as the notes of the Half-Blood Prince tells them to do. It's like, yes, there are these ingredients, but don't do in this order. Put this first, this one divide in half and put it apart first, mix with something else, and then at the end put the rest of these ingredients. it tells you there is a method to that alchemy, so it can work. Why am I using this as an example? Because the alchemy of our soul is just like that. We go through a lot of ups and downs until we get it right. But every time we go through the ups and downs, we refine the process. So we take notes, just like the Half-Blood Prince. So every time it's quicker for us to solve something. And when something that seems like a projection or is related to something that we already went through shows up, we can deal with it faster. But that doesn't mean we're not going to feel it. You know, that doesn't mean it's not going to trigger something in us. So we're like, oh, wait, I've seen that, I felt that. But we are quicker to react and to deflect, to not allow that to come in and affect us that much. But it's a constant process of alchemy. And that is the thing. Meanwhile, while we're doing that, the external world is trying to keep up with what is happening inside. Because again, it's all about alignment. Like I said in the previous video, manifestation is not about what I want, what I wish, it's what I am. It's not who I am, it's literally what I am. Because sometimes we don't even know who we are, but we know what we are. What I like and what I don't like. What I do and what I don't do. And these are the things that attract. Because these have to do with our values. And values are related to Venus energy. And Venus is the planet of attraction. So again, you can perfectly know who you don't have to know who you are, because who we are as an identity is constantly shifting and changing. But what we are pretty sure. We need to be pretty sure. Because who we are has to do with ego. But what we are has to do with, again, values. This is far more important. Most people are the opposite. They are pretty sure of who they are, but they don't know what they are. That's why they are so easily manipulated. Because they think they are that. They don't change that ego, that identity, and all the other things keep shifting. So it's easier. They can be easily manipulated. Because they don't have values, they have ego. Anyway. What I was saying. Oh, the Harry Potter. Oh, yeah. So, the world, the shifting of the world, materially outside of us, is trying to keep up with what's going on internally, which is a lot, is a turmoil. Like I said, we've been going through this for a long time. It's been intense. Individual processes, each one with their own lives, each one with their own processes, because it has all to do with karma and redirecting yourselves to your own dharma. And 3D world energy is related to earth element, and earth element is the slowest of them all. Everything that has to do with the material plane is slow. So this integration is a slow process. In some people's cases, this alignment is happening fast, this integration is happening fast, this integration is going to happen in steps, in stages, and in other times it's going to take years, guys. It's going to take years. It's not just going to take years, but it's been taking years. it really depends on the type of soul contract you have with yourself, you've done with yourself before you came down. Because you know yourself better than anyone else. So you're like, nope, I want to do this, 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 and this way. I'm a type of person that I need to keep being motivated, so I need reassurance all the time. So please put this pit stops along the way, otherwise I'm gonna give up. And some people are like the opposite. I actually said that in a video. I think it was on my Brazilian channel. Like me, for example, I'm the opposite. I've been going through this like for over 2 decades. Because I know myself. I'm like, nope, I need to constantly do this. Don't give me any type of reward before that, because if you do, I know myself. I'm gonna go like, oh, okay, I'm done, and I'm not gonna do anything. So just keep beating my head with the stick. I don't care. I'm very resilient. I don't care, but just keep doing. Just keep bringing the fight. I can do it. I'm like Rocky. Rocky. As long as I'm not screaming Adrian. Before I scream Adrian, don't give me anything. But some people are not like that. But then again, I'm conscious of how I am. So I know I work like that. And a lot of people, so you have to know what you are, how you work, in order not to feel desperate. Because a lot of people are looking for results, are looking for this, are looking for that, because they're looking on the other people around them. They're not looking inside themselves and how they are and how they act and how they react, who they really are. So this is a period for you to look inside yourself. Keep looking inside yourself, because this integration, it will be an individual process, and it might take years. And you have to, and if this is the case, because this is what you asked for, you have to be prepared. Not trying to discourage anyone, quite the contrary. I'm trying to help you see who you are, so you can build resistance and be prepared. And see that everything is okay and everything is going according to plan if you're doing your work. Because a lot of people are not doing their work, and they're like, oh, so yeah, please just give me everything. But again, these type of people, they don't even watch my channel. They're not even interested in this kind of content. So, but I have to say these kind of things. I don't know, because maybe for a miracle they end up watching this channel, hopefully. Even though I'm just beginning, I just created it. But another thing that is coming for me, that I have to call for attention, scream for attention, actually, that's what came for me, scream for attention. September the 14th will be a very important day, because we're gonna have oh, I'm actually putting my hand, so it's gonna be because I'm putting my hand on my rose quartz ball, so it's gonna be a very important thing. Yeah, because I usually don't do that, and it's funny because I did just like a dragon claw. I usually don't do that movement a lot, and I went like this, just like a claw. And it's funny because before I recorded, I usually I'm called to wear rings and things like that, and I have a lot of rings, and each one of them with a specific stone that has a specific energy. And I was like, I'm not gonna put many rings on my left hand in case I need to, use it a lot. That's the thing. If I had a lot of rings, I wouldn't be able to grab this ball, because it would be falling from my hands. I have a very big hand because I'm a very big person. I'm 6 feet tall. And this is, I don't know, I think this is 4 pounds or something, or more. I don't know. It's a very heavy ball. It's a big one. But yeah. So, but yeah, finding all the synchronicities. a lot. Very, very convenient. I just like sharing with you all the things that come through my mind. And I keep holding the ball. Okay. Why am I holding the ball? Okay, yeah, makes sense. Gosh, I have downloads of everything. It has to do with this September 14th kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I said when I just said about the date. Okay, that's why I said screaming for attention. Okay, you're gonna hear a lot of people say, oh, pay attention on September the 14th because we're gonna have a beautiful energy of Jupiter and Venus. Venus, yeah, rose quartz, makes sense. Because I have another ball here, guys. I have a lot of balls on my tables. Like, I have this ball, I have another ball over there, I have this ball, I have an amethyst with... I have many... Then I put the hand specifically on this one, okay. And I keep my hand on it. Okay, you're gonna have this beautiful, you're gonna hear people say, you have this beautiful energy that Venus and Jupiter are gonna be trining each other, which is a beautiful aspect of Venus communicating with Jupiter, which is the expansion of love. So it will be a great time for love. If you're open for love and looking for love in your life, just spread love and go find love and go find a boyfriend. You're gonna find the love of your life and blah blah blah. Be open for love and love and love and love. This is not what is coming from me, guys. That's why I'm holding this like a crazy dragon holding this ball. What? Okay, oh my god, downloads just keep coming. Okay, what's coming for me is, yes, it's gonna be a trine and a beautiful energy, but you guys have to pay attention. Yeah, okay. Okay, you guys have to stop talking. Otherwise I can in a bunch of languages as well. It's just too much. I'm sorry, sometimes it's just overwhelming. So, and I keep forgetting. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful energy and blah blah blah, but it's not about it's like this dragon energy. Be careful about controlling love. And what came for me, that's why I said, okay, stop talking, because I saw like this magma thing, and what came for me is Shrek. Pay attention, it will all make sense in the end. It's like, what, Shrek? Yeah. This Venus and Jupiter energy on the 14th, we're gonna have this trine on the 14th, and the eclipse is gonna be on the 17th. And it's not even this week, it's for the next week, but we're being ushered to that energy. So start preparing yourself for that energy to the 14th. Learn, that's why you have to listen to yourself and know what you are and what you are not. Know your values, because you're being ushered to be opened to things. Know how to receive. That's what's coming for me with this Jupiter and Venus trine. A lot of things want to come into your life that wants to bring you into alignment. Again, is this foot lifting from the shadow part of the threshold that wants to be cleaned. It's like a lot needs to be cleaned. Be open for this cleaning. Be open for whatever life is throwing at you. Even if it hurts, even if it seems like a curse, it's all for your own good. That is, live everything that life is giving you, live it with an open heart and receive it optimistically. This is what is this Venus and Jupiter trine is telling me. So it's literally, listen to your heart and don't fight it. Don't try to control it. That's why I keep my hand on the ball. It's like, don't try to control things. Don't try to hold too tight to things. Be open to receiving. Be open-minded. Again, because a lot of things want to come into your life, and they're gonna come in unexpectedly in ways you never dreamed of, because we're dealing with Uranus energy in Taurus, and Uranus is like this trickster. It works in unexpected ways. But it is unexpected, but in good ways, because Uranus, it doesn't work like a crazy guy. Uranus is a visionary. It sees beyond. It has to do with a higher mind, higher conscience. It does things in order to align us with the best way forward according to a higher conscience, a higher alignment. That's why sometimes he seems a little crazy, because we don't see how ahead of his time he is. That's why he's the guy who is the breaker of patterns. And again, that's why he has this sneaky energy, this trickster energy, the unexpected kind of thing. It's like, yeah, so learn how to accept it, because it is for your own good. And again, it's working in Taurus, which is the sign of, which is also another sign ruled by Venus, so it's going to be influenced with this trine. And Taurus is all about what we want to fix in our lives, what has value for us. So be open to what you're about to receive, because it's going to be very generous, which is Jupiter. Be optimistic, because Jupiter is the great benevolent of the zodiac, but it is something you're not expecting. It's completely out of the blue. It is completely out of the ordinary. And again, it's completely out of your mind. It's something you never thought it would be. That's why I said Shrek. Because I kept seeing like this magma bridge. And then I saw that purple dragon from Shrek. And it's funny because you think like she's a very first of all, you think it is this weird mean dragon, and then you see it's a female docile dragon that falls in love with donkey. So everything in that scene, everything about Shrek really is very unexpected in that movie. But if you haven't watched Shrek in a long time or ever, watch that movie. This is gonna help you a lot, but especially that scene. What's coming for me is like Fiona. We are just like Fiona right now, trapped inside a tower that doesn't work for us anymore. But if we are inside of that tower filled with ideas and illusions of, oh, how my life is gonna be when I'm rescued by this prince. And we rehearsed our whole lives, thinking and planning about our lives after being rescued by the Prince Charming. And this, and this, and this, and this. And out of the blue, and our whole life is being ushering us this journey of Shrek and Donkey coming to the castle. And the castle is like this tower moment in our lives that we're going through right now. It's this August and September. It is about to fall down so we can really get into alignment with who we truly are. In case of Fiona, she was never supposed to be a princess. She was supposed to be an ogre. But then, the one person that comes to rescue her is the person that she was never expecting in her whole life, which is Shrek. She was like, oh, you're a prince in shining armor and blah blah blah. Here's my handkerchief as a token of my gratitude. But when she finally sees who he is, she just becomes so revolted and so mad and angry that she even like considers going back to the tower. She's like, oh, this is never what I expected, and it's like, gross, you're an ogre. But she's free. She can't see that she's finally free. And he turns out to be like this very sweet guy who helps her and saves her. And then she starts seeing good in him and falling in love with him and discovering a side of her that she not discovering, because she already knew that side of her, but allowing a side of her to come out that she always hid. So that is what is coming for me, is that you're going to be surprised with what is coming for you to free you. Some of you have already been surprised by the Shrek thing. It's like, why is this happening? Why? But this integration period is you having to live with Shrek for a bit and seeing the good in it. And it's like, oh, this is why it's happening. It's life integrating you with your true destiny, your true soulmate, which is yourself, your true self, your true alignment, so you can finally be who you came to be, in your full happiness. And what seemed to be a mistake, a tragedy, actually becomes what frees you from a curse, from a burden. That's why it's important for you to be strong in yourself and believe. That's all that comes for me with all these. So again, be opened. This on the 14th. Be opened. This Jupiter and Venus energy. Start being open to whatever life brings to you. And that's why it's this dragon energy. It's like, be opened and be sure of yourself, because whatever it throws at you, you can do it. And be open for action, because dragons are strong. And it's like, if you need to do something about it, do it. You know you can do it. You have the strength to deal with it, no matter what it is. You have the strength to go forward with it. Make sure that and transform it into your treasure, because dragons hold treasures. It's like, see the treasure in it. Treasure yourself. Treasure whatever it is you're receiving, and make it yours, and guard it with all your might, all your potency, and all your strength, and all your devotion, and all your gratitude, because this is gonna plant a seed on the 17th. This is gonna show what you truly value, so it starts fermenting, and next year it's gonna start blossoming. When we start really working with the next eclipses, it's gonna show the universe what you're really working to work with, what really feeds your inner fire, your inner dragon fire. So yeah, everything this week is about believing in yourself, no matter what. Believing in yourself and believing in the power of vulnerability. Again, being able to open your heart and receive, because like, I can take it, I can take it. I'm strong. I can take it. But I'm open to take it. I'm open to receiving. So bring it on. I'm not afraid. And it's funny because one of the cards that we're gonna use are these ones, which is from this oracle, the Angelarium. And when I was shuffling the cards, I saw three times the card of the dot card. The dot is an emanation from the tree of life that it is actually considered non-existent. It is an invisible emanation. It has no number, although some people say that it is the 11th emanation, because it's after you go through all the entire tree of life, tree of life, because I said of life. After you go through the entire tree of life, you end up in the dot energy, which is a hidden energy. And the dot is about everything and nothing at the same time. It is literally when you are in touch with source, with the mystery of source. Pay attention to this word, mystery. It is the wave energy. It is the worm, the snake. It is the dragon. I almost had a thing because I thought I saw the dot card again, but it wasn't. So we are in a period of being very silent and paying attention in our inner selves, because we are in this limbo. We are very in touch with source right now. We are dissolved in source right now. We are floating in the middle of nowhere and in the middle of everything at the same time. I know it's very enigmatic, but that's how it's working. Sorry, I was completely interrupted and my chain of thought just disappeared in a very philosophical moment. Just give me a second so I can try to go back to where I was. I don't like when people come talking to me when I'm channeling, but sometimes it is necessary. Yeah, I remember now. So it's like we are in this middle of this uterus of creation. Again, we are fermenting. That's why it's just like we are about to be born again. That's why we need to believe in our strength. Just like a baby who is about to be born into the world, it has to believe in its strength to come into the world. But at the same time, we're in a very vulnerable position where we are at the mercy of everything else helping us. And because of that, we have to be open to whatever it is that the universe is going to bring us. But we have to be confident that we worked and planned and did everything we could to get us to the very best birth that we could get. That we could have. Just like when we are about to come to life into Earth, we as souls planned everything in anticipation. That's why we are sure of how we're gonna do things here. That's why we come confident of like, yeah, I'm ready to go down now. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes we are afraid, but that is part of our not because we're not very sure of our plans, but because of part of our karmic insecurities as souls. As a part of our personality as a soul. But we are sure of our plans. We made our plans before. So yeah. So we are in this cosmic womb energy. So it's important to be silent and listen to yourself. And just wait. It's a period of waiting. It's like the dragon is asleep at the bottom of the cave, just waiting for something to call it, so it can something to summon its force, so you can come out and show your magnificence and just fly. Again, it's not even in the cave, it's literally inside of the egg. You're waiting to hatch again. It's like this phoenix energy, except it's not a phoenix, it's a dragon. It's a dragon. You got back into this cosmic egg. And you're about to hatch at new conditions. Anyway, it just became very philosophical. I'm sorry, this video just became very big. Yeah. Now let's go for the card. I hope it was half decent and you guys could understand something. I don't know. Oh yeah, already turned. Of course, this card, transformation. Card number 3, because we're expanding. Defining yourself, literally. See the warrior, the sword, it's literally what's happening. We're transforming. It's the alchemization energy, guys. See that he's putting his hand on the dragon's heart? This is what's happening. That's why it's important for you guys to be strong. You are transforming, redefining yourselves. So be strong. Be strong. Believe in yourselves. Yeah. He's asking for the Angelarium card now. Oh my god, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The card that came out. The very card that I've been telling you guys that has been showing up. And I just spoke about this card. I'm telling you, there are no coincidences in this world. I just take cards for you guys just so you can believe me. The dot. Null, emptiness. I told you this card was going to show up. I kept seeing it all the time. And it's funny because this dragon is like number 3 transformation. And I said, oh, I saw this card when I was shuffling the deck. I saw it 3 times. And 3, I already said, 3 for me, it's the number of spirituality. Because it's not just expansion. It's how the whole universe expands in a triad. It's like a duality that keeps pulling on each other all the time. It's like triangulating. It's a duality that keeps pulling. One pulls from this side and the other, and that triangulates in a third point, and it makes it grow. Let me do a drawing. Oh my god, this is just becoming too philosophical. Oh Jesus Christ, this is just the 2nd video of this channel. I can't believe it. But like I said, welcome to my life, guys. This is how I work. This is how I am. This is not how I am. This is who I am. Let me get a pen. Yeah. So. Why do I keep saying that the word is a triad, expands like a triad? Because you have a polarity here that keeps pulling. You have one point here, another point here, and they're connected. But they keep pulling each other and pulling each other. This one pulls too much and this one pulls too much. And because they keep pulling, eventually this energy cannot just stay here. It goes up or down. Because the frequency is too much, so it keeps going up or down, up or down, up or down. So it triangulates. So whether it is up or whether it is down, there's always a third point. There's always a third point. That is why the universe, it expands in a triad, because the two of them always shift into a third one in order for things to grow. That's why we have like that concept of thesis and antithesis. I think it is that in English. I don't know. I'm sorry. English is not my first language. And synthesis. It's that. It's literally that. Something, anti something, and the sum of both of the somethings. Yeah. So yeah, guys, be that. It's actually asking for me to do a reading from the book for you guys. They're like, you did a very crappy job explaining what the Da'at means. So, Da'at, null, emptiness. This emanation is a conduit. It radiates no light for itself, holds no shape, and touches nothing. It is perfect and invisible, a space through which nothing and everything passes. In its arms, all 10 of the emanations dance, each of them shining a great light through its void. So again, it's everything and nothing passing through a void. It's a void. We are in a void, guys. Like I said, this emanation has no number, no color, no connection to the other emanations. In that, it is unique. Just like each and every one of us each and every one of us is a unique frequency, a unique snake, a unique dragon. Back to the origin. Anyway, oh my god, I love this. Its solitary nature sets it apart from the other emanations in such a significant way that Da'at is sometimes considered not existent at all. To give a name to the emptiness at the center of the tree of life is vital, and so too is the need to understand the significance of that emptiness. Meditation, silence, and sleep. That's where you find the energy of Da'at, in meditation, silence, and sleep. That's why it's important for us to be in touch with our meditation, our silence, and our sleep all throughout this period, guys. Because we need to stay in this energy of emptiness. Literally, because we're literally emptying everything we're not anymore. We're going through a shift, a very important shift, guys. What I feel is like we have a cup. I got this thing to drink. It's like we have a cup, and it was filled with I don't know, wine or juice or something we couldn't see clearly, some muddy water or something, and we kept drinking from it, and we kept pouring back and drinking, and now life just got our cup and did this and emptied it completely. That's why we're feeling empty. That's why it's Da'at, it's emptiness. And we're being forced to get back to the void. I don't have an empty cup here, but this is allowing ourselves to finally look through the back of to the whole cup, through the back of the cup, and seeing clearly now our whole cup. The cup is us, our soul, and what we want to fill it with now, from now on. Be willing to receive whatever is coming, because you worked for it. And the next thing that is coming into this cup has a lot more to do with who you are as a cup from now on. And it's going to be clean. And like I said, this integration sometimes is going to take a long time, because, or not, because it depends on how much you have left in your cup. Sometimes it's going to take a while because you have to dilute the clean water that is coming with a little bit of wine that you have left. And it's going to take time until you drink and drink and drink, and the water keeps pouring, and then finally it diluted so much of the wine that there's no more wine left, and then only water comes out. Sometimes you just have a little bit, so it's going to be faster. Sometimes you have a lot of wine, and it's going to take a while to dilute all that wine with all the. It's going to take a long time for water to keep coming and diluting that wine until you drink. You guys understand? When you're diluting something, it's all about alchemy. This is a very alchemical video, because we're dealing with soul alchemy, guys. Alchemy, really, because alchemy is about soul. Anyway, gosh, this just became so philosophical. More than what I was expecting. Okay, now a crystal. 4 cards came out. I just want one. So I put them all back. Again, 4 cards. I just want one back. I just want one. I'm gonna put them all back. Yeah, and all this thing that 2 times 4 cards coming out and I just want one is like, stop asking for stability. Because number 4 is about stability. It's not time for stability, guys. Stop begging for stability. Because the funny thing, the 4 cards, they all come out like this. I don't see them. They don't come out facing forward. So it's like, why are you asking for something you don't even know what it is? Before you know who you are, before you know what you truly want, before you have done the whole complete work of emptiness. So, you are defining yourself. Be patient. All of these guys, they're very patient. All of these, they're very calm energies. Be patient. Stop trying to define things before. Stop trying to define things when you're blind. This guy has no eyes. He can't see anything. So stop trying to define things during a period of rest, of blindness. See? Trigonic quartz. Trigonic again. And the quartz is an expensive energy. I love it. 23, number 5. Change. Radical changes. Breaking patterns. So let's get the definition of the trigonic quartz. Even though I already know it, but they're saying, yeah, you better read it because you're not very good at explaining things. The soul's code. Trigonics hold the secrets of the universe and rapidly expand your awareness of multi-dimensions. Trigonics are cosmic codes for the soul. Literally, you are downloading who you are from now on. You're defining yourself as a soul. That's why it's a period you are pouring into your cup. Who you truly are. So it's important to download that straight from the source. You don't want to download it from anywhere else. From fear, from anywhere else. From social conditioning. That's why the dragons kept saying, be strong in yourself. You know who you are. Do not listen to our shadows, to the control shadows. No. Listen to the stars. That's why I said it's not the energy of, it's Draco, it's stars. It's downloading things to us. You know, it's awakening things in our DNA related to the stars. You are an eternal spirit on a human journey. As a result, you may feel that Earth is not your true home, but remember that you're here for a purpose. Expand your awareness, restructuring your physical and subtle bodies, beliefs, and realities. I'm gonna reread this sentence because I feel like you guys need to rest and really do this. Expand your awareness, restructuring your physical and subtle bodies, beliefs, and realities. Birth your soul fully on earth if you feel alienated. Meditation triggers your soul's full potential and purpose. Again, this meditation thing. In reintegrating fragments of your soul, you bring about wholeness. Integration, guys. That's what I'm saying. You're putting back the pieces that were lost. I'm telling you guys. Okay. A lot of things but I'm gonna just jump ahead and remain honest to achieve success. Very dragon energy. Reach beyond apparent reality and karma. Let go of conflicts. Renegotiate soul contracts. Again, when it's not working for you guys, let go. Heal soul traumas and the etheric blueprint. Expel toxins from the physical and subtle bodies to download higher frequency spiritual energies and integrate the light body. It's all about integration. And I said in the beginning of this video, one word, integration. Your soul, and the final sentence it gives us, your soul provides everything you need for well-being. Again, this dragon thing, everything is inside your soul. Everything is inside yourself. Trust your inner fire, your inner power, and let it all out. And this works with your evolution to the highest dimensions, this crystal. And it works with your chakras. The chakras this crystal works are not even crown chakra anymore. It's beyond crown chakra. Is the Soma chakra, which is here. It's beyond the crown chakra. A chakra that we call Alta Major, which is a little bit over. The soul star, which is what connects us with the stars, with beyond Earth, with our karmic ties with Earth itself as a soul, why we descend to Earth, and the stellar gateway, we with the universe. See, even my cat is agreeing. Again, it's this very Aquarius, Piscean energy, higher dimensions. It's beyond this Capricorn energy, Aquarius and Pisces. That's why I said it's important to work with this Pluto energy in Capricorn, to make sure our body is well, because we're integrating the metaphysical with the physical now. So, now the tarot. Actually, before the tarot, it's asking me to take one of these animal cards. No, they're saying for last. Okay, tarot. Week, the energy of the week. The shaman. Wait, it's called the shaman, but in this tarot, but it's the Hierophant. Oh, sorry, not the Hierophant. The shaman is the magician. Literally, everything is in your hands. The power is in your hands. You have everything. Just believe in your power. You are the maker of your destiny. The power is yours. That is what you have to believe. You have all the elements. You came here to make your own life and in a difference. You are the magician. And not just the magician, because this is the card related to the magician, but I love that it's called the shaman, because the shaman is also a healer. So you're not only just the magician, you are your own healer. Your cure is in your hands. Everything is in your own hands. You have to be conscious about it. You're building your new life. Like I said, we are at a tipping point, guys. It's the fork in the road. It's a very decisive moment for mankind. September is going to be a big month. The eclipse is this big door. Make sure what you want to manifest as a person. Believe in your own power, in your true own power. And the shaman, the magician, is all about alchemy, how you use all the forces, how you mix all the elements. The 4 elements with the divine forces. All about alchemy, guys. How you alchemize your life. That's why I said, I love that it's called the shaman, because it's how you heal as well. How you make your soul grow. How you integrate heaven and earth. In and out of yourself. I'm loving this synchronicities. Nothing is coincidence. So the energy that we should activate. Another major arcana. One of my favorites, the High Priestess. Trust your intuition in order to bring all the wisdom that you have from all the lives. And not just that. Literally, the High Priestess is the major arcana in the Tree of Life. In the Tree of Life, related to the Dot energy. Because she is the only one that can dwell in the void, in the emptiness. That's why she's able to get all the downloads. Because she's between the light and the dark. She lives in between the veils. That's why she's in between the portals. Be willing to be there. That's why this intuition, and that's why she's got all the wisdom. Activate that energy. Activate that energy inside of you. Listen to your intuition, to your soul. This is going to bring you power. Because it's coming from a place it's coming from a higher dimension. It's coming directly from source. That's what is coming from me. It's coming directly from source. It's not coming from just anywhere. An energy to avoid. And out of 3 cards, 2 being major arcanas, it's a major moment, guys. An energy to avoid. Another major arcana. Guys, it's a big week. It's a big week. 3 major arcanas out of 3 cards in a deck of 78 cards. 56 being minor arcanas. It's a big deal, guys. Big deal. We got energy to avoid. The moon. Avoid dwelling in fear. And not just that. Why am I saying being in fear? Because the moon is a very enigmatic energy of subconscious and things not being very clear, and mysteries. So it's like, don't be afraid of the dark. That is what's coming for me. Don't be afraid of the dark. If dark things want to come out, make sure you're listening to them. Because see, everyone is listening to this dragon. And who is this dragon? It's the same position, it's the same person, it's the same freaking dragon, see? Don't be afraid of what's coming from the dark, what's coming from the veil. Don't be afraid, guys. Listen to the intuition. Actually, these two cards are very related. Listen to your intuition. Don't be afraid of it. Don't dismiss it. Don't be afraid of going deep to the dark and staying in the void, staying in a state of things not being very clear, of things not being very obvious. It's because it's not meant to be. You are in the void. The void is a place of creation. It's not a place of being obvious. It's like this Play-Doh state. It's not even a Play-Doh. It's a sandbox. All you see is sand. You don't see anything being formed, any shape, anything. It's up to you to give shape to the things. But in order to give shape, you have to be aware of your power and of the shapes you want to give it to yourself. You want to give it to it. But you have to define the things first. And it's okay not to know it right now, because that's not the time. The time now is to actually download the things and keep downloading and finding out. Feeling the holes, feeling the emptiness. In order to prepare, you're gathering the strength and gathering the magic. You're gathering the equipments. You're not ready to take action yet. You're becoming aware of everything. You are becoming aware of this connection. It's a very mystical moment. That's why it is the eclipse in Pisces, because it's very mystical. Now we're gonna take an animal to direct our energy to. Oh my god, my crazy cat! It almost felt with his head on my cup. No amor, cuidado, amor. We're gonna take an animal to give us some direction, how to use our energy this week, or if you see this animal a lot or relate to its energy. I think it wants to be on my lap. No, it doesn't want to. It wants to be under the table playing with my boxes. Okay, that's what he wants. It likes to stay in this very, very small space that I carve here in between my legs and my table. That's why he was crying. Like this little cave that I make with my legs. So yeah, we're gonna take this this animal from this animal deck. It's actually from I think I already. Oh, I didn't talk about it in this channel. I actually talked in the Brazilian channel. It's from this deck. It's an Australian deck. Spirit Animals, Journey into the Wild, from Relmi, Sasha, and Sylvia Damiano. Guys, it's about my brainy. That's the name of the company. I'm gonna try to link the deck in the description box for you guys to check on it. I'm not kidding. This is by far my favorite animal deck, by the way, and I'm a huge fan of animal decks because I have a big connection with animal decks, and I'm very picky when it comes to them. But I actually say that this deck was meant for me. It's like they did this deck literally for me. This deck is perfection. I'm not kidding. It is perfection. I never had, it is in my top 5 decks of all time. And I have like over 100 decks from tarot and oracles and everything. It is one of my top 5 decks. It is the only deck that I have like constantly on my table. All the other ones, they stay on my shelves and everywhere around. This one is constantly on my table. It is 96 cards, which is a lot of cards. And I love the number, by the way, 96. But it is perfect. I'm not kidding, perfect. Like the illustrations, the energy, oh my god. I never saw an animal deck that first of all, that is so rich, so many freaking animals. But every time I get an animal deck, there's always an animal that I either don't relate a lot with the description that they give or with the illustration of the animal. It's like, yeah, but I don't like, it's not really how I envision the animal's energy or the colors or something. I'm very picky with energy, guys. Like I said, I'm very sensitive. This one, I'm not kidding. There isn't a single freaking card that isn't perfection. Not even like the illustrations, the cards, the expression of the animals, their position. Again, the description is spot on. It's everything that I always dreamed about in an animal. I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly it. But especially the bee card. When I saw the bee card, I freaked out. I was like, yes, this is a bee card. I'm very picky with bees, guys. I'm not kidding. I'm picky with a lot of things, but not just that. I'm actually gonna make a pick a card with this deck for you guys. I already made it in my Brazilian channel, but I want to do with this one. Like, I love the book. The book is great, beautiful, but it has a QR code for every single page that gives you an extra meaning for the cards, and it also redirects you for a YouTube video with audio description of the same thing if you don't want to read because you're lazy, because people today are like that, they don't like reading. Sometimes it's because, I don't know, people have side problems, but most of the time it's because people are lazy. But what I love about this deck, guys, like I said, it is beautiful, everything, like, are you kidding, holographic things? But it is a 96 deck cards. 96. And it shuffles like butter. I don't know how they do that. I don't know what type of like paper or print they did. I never had a more buttery deck to shuffle like this one. I have decks that have much lesser cards. Like, not this one. This one is kind of okay. Not that okay, but I have decks that are much smaller and thinner, and they're so hard. Like, they destroy your fingers. And like I said, I'm a 6 feet tall person. I'm very big, and I have very big hands. Like, I play the piano and everything. So for me, shuffling a deck, it's not hard, because I have very big, strong hands. That's why I say I play the piano. Pianos are hard keys. So I have very big, strong hands. I do woodwork, so yeah, my hands are very strong and big. So for me to say a deck is hard to shuffle, it's because it is a hard deck to shuffle, and a lot of them are. So when I get like a 96 card deck that shuffles like butter, it's like, are you kidding me? I don't know how they do this, seriously. And not just that, the card, it's perfection, the energy, everything. You can clearly see that every single card here, it's downloaded straight from the Akashic records, and it has so much attention to the work. I just love it. That's why I always talk about this deck, and I try to make sure that everyone knows about this deck. It is a wonderful deck, and they are wonderful people. I talk to a all of them, to Sasha, to Relmi, to Sylvia. They are wonderful. They're very special people. Oh, guys, I wish I could. Can you see this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Let me try to do it like outside of the table, because if you try to do that with an ordinary deck outside of a surface, it's hard. Look how easy it goes. Oh my god, it is just perfection, seriously. It is just perfection. If you don't have a table and you try to do that with another deck, it just everything falls out, or it doesn't even move. Look at that. It's like Las Vegas type of stuff. I just love it. So, let's just see who wants to talk to us. I got a little bit of a bear energy. I don't know if the bear is going to come out, but I have a little bit of a bear energy because it's like hibernation. We're supposed to be in hibernation a little bit. The bears are strong as well, but we'll see. So there are different types of bear in here. That's what I love as well. Like I said, it's a very rich, it's like David Attenborough type of deck. Oh, see how fast it is? Oh, I love it. Are you kidding me? I love every card in this deck. But see how fast the cards are coming out? It's all about this power. And I said I love it because the card that we get, it's the jaguar. And the jaguar is the national animal of Brazil. And I'm doing this during our Independence Day. And I love look at this jaguar. The energy of this jaguar is simply perfect. And number 43, it's 7, which is a spiritual number, but it's not just that. For me, 43, it's the Emperor and the Empress. It's literally integration of our feminine and masculine. Not just any feminine and masculine, because the Emperor and the Empress are the ultimate masculine and feminine in its ultimate power. So it's literally the integration of our parts, of our strongest parts coming together. Of our inner yang energy, our inner yin energy, of our in light. I don't see shadow, I see light. Because that's even the jaguar, it always reminds me. Then I'm gonna get the book to read it for you guys so you can see how perfect it is. But jaguar is all about strength and oh my god, my cat is doing crazy things. Let me just help him to get on the bed. Just a second. Forgive me if the light changed a little bit. I just hit my elbow in the lighting setup when I was putting him on the bed. Because I'm too big and too lazy to get up, so I just stretched myself. And anyway, but like I was saying, the jaguar is like this, is about strength and inner strength, but in a silent way, because it's a very silent, strategic animal. It observes everything. It stays in the jungle. It stays like on top of the trees, and it's very silent. You don't see it moving. So it's all about observing and using the opportunity to use all its power and its potency for its time to act. But not just that. What I love about the jaguar is, again, this integration of light and shadow, because it is a golden animal. Light, masculine energy, yang, with black spots, darkness, female energy, mystery. So it is an animal that embraces, it integrates both strengths, both characteristics. It shows that we are learning to use both of them with a lot of wisdom. That's why the Emperor and the Empress forming number 7, because it could be 7, I don't know, from 5 to 2, 6 to 1, but it is 4 and 3. it's a very spiritual, a very big spiritual awareness. We're integrating our true selves, guys. Let me get the jaguar here. Oh my god, I love it. So, it says, face your fears. And for me, it's like the fear of stillness. We're saying goodbye to things that don't work for us anymore and that we finally have to let go. Here, I think my cat is crying. Where is she? I don't know. And also facing the fear of being in a low tide and being in silence and being, again, there's, oh, just a second. Again, the jaguar is an animal that it has a lot of strength and potency, but it doesn't have a lot of resilience. If you go to the jungle, the Amazon jungle, or Pantanal, which is another place that we have in the mid-center of Brazil, where we have jaguars as well, you can see jaguars eating and hunting alligators. And you're like, how do they eat a whole alligator? Because alligators are big and strong, and hard. They have like this hard skin. It's because they just stay silent and they just stay there. And that's why jaguars are actually very dangerous in farms here as well. It's because you don't see them and you can hear them. They just come out of nowhere and they attack with precision in one bite. If they don't do it at once, it's hard for them to keep the fight. They don't have that strength to keep fighting. So they have to be precise. Again, it is this energy of not wasting your energy anymore, using it for what it's worth. And that's how life is going to be from now on. It's not fighting against things that don't work with you anymore. It's like being precise with your energy, especially now that you're trying to conserve your energy for what matters, which is your own survival. And the thing about the jaguar is it has to be very patient. Is this yang energy of being strong and hunting and having the potency to attack, but this yin wisdom of just waiting and laying there, just waiting for the right timing to jump on the prey, and being quiet and silent for as long as it takes, knowing how to behave and how to wait during the low periods, during the low tides. Otherwise you don't get what you need and what you want. Being patient. So one of the things that I'm getting from facing your fears is the fear of is this moon not activating it. It's like fear of not seeing what is coming, not being able to act, it's like, it's okay. Sometimes we are supposed to be in this female energy of going back to emptiness. Emptiness is female energy. The primordial chaos is female energy, is the womb. What gives form to things and allows things to come to life and be formed is the male energy. Is yang energy. That's why yang is restrictive, because it gets the female energy and says, hey, okay, I know you like being spread and calm, but in order for things to materialize and to do something and to be directed, that's why male energy is direction. We need to give form to it, but to give form is to restrict. That's why male energy is restrictive. And that's why people mock women and men. They're like, oh, men are so one-minded and women are multitasked, because women can do 5,000 things at the same time, and women can only focus on one. It's female and male energy. It's yin and yang. Female energy, feminine energy, which is more proeminent in females, but feminine energy is this spread out energy. It's like can do a lot of things and be in a lot of things at the same time, but it has a hard time to focus. It has a hard time being restricted. Male energy is the opposite. It can only do one thing at a time because it is restricted. So yeah, a lot of things. This video just became too philosophical. Anyway, within the mystical jungles, the jaguar signifies strength, courage, and stealth. Exactly, that's the word that I was looking for, stealth. Encouraging us to tap into our inner powers and confront fears with boldness. Exactly. Its patience and strategic prowess teach us to wait for the right moment to seize opportunities. I'm telling you guys, these cards are just freaking perfect. I didn't even read the thing. That is exactly what I said, because it captures the nature of the animal. And if I could use, because I'm recording with my cell phone, if I could use the code to keep reading for you guys, it would be even more perfect, the definition. I love these cards, guys. I'm telling you, go after them, buy their decks. Not just this deck, all the other decks. But I'm in love with this deck, seriously. But yeah, big. I love this energy, guys. I love the energy of this week. Big things coming. I love the energy of September, which is an unusual thing because usually in September, because I'm a Pisces, usually in September it's when my energy starts going downhill. It starts shifting the scales. Like, yeah, prepare for downhill from now on, Pisces. Your energy is only going to go down until it gets back to Pisces. It's like the number 8. It's now beginning to go downhill so it can go back and re-energize in Pisces season. So usually September is not very nice towards me. But I'm loving it. I'm loving September, especially because of all the karmic things that it's coming, that is bringing. And I think it's because this eclipse is in Pisces as well. A lot of Piscean energy. In the collective as well, a lot of Piscean energy. So, yeah guys, very promising. Very promising. I'm loving it. Don't be attached. Remember Fiona and Shrek? Be opened. Be opened. And ready to jump into whatever opportunity. Be open-hearted, because life is going to surprise you, and be ready for when that happens. And in order to be ready, you have to be rested. That's the thing. That's the thing. So be patient. Be patient. That's why I love the jaguar. Couldn't be the most perfect animal to come out for us. I'm so happy with this video. I think I'm gonna put subtitles or try to dub it in Portuguese. I'm not gonna re-record it for my Brazilian channel because it just came out perfect. I don't think I can re-channel it all over again. I don't think I can do that. Anyway, see you next week or in the next video. I don't know which one will come first. And thank you again for watching the channel, and have a great week. Bye.